Hi, today we'll be looking at the foil pattern of Pokemon break cards. These are sometimes referred to as break rares. Currently there are 35 different Pokemon that have been given this break rare treatment. Bulbapedia has a article with a list of the cards and some background information. So all the break cards follow a similar template. We have a gold-plated CGI Pokemon, non-holo, a square gridded holofoil background, lightning. The color of the lightning varies depending on the Pokemon. Then there's the break text at the top, which is slightly hollowed, and stripes along the corners to match the Pokemon type. Okay, so taking a closer look at the foil background, each of the individual squares has a hourglass shaped light reflection. We have light coming in from the left side here. If we move the card perpendicular to the light source, the hourglass rotates. If we move the card, tilt the card in the same direction of the light source, the hourglass widens and narrows. Now the lightning is I'm not sure if it's not particularly clear on this camera, but there's a slight bleeding through of the holo into the lightning, and there's also a bit of a dull matted hollowing around this top corner where the break is, and also along these golden colored sections. If we take a closer look at the break word, which is also slightly hollowed, it also follows has the rotating hourglass extends up into the break. Is not particularly clear on this example because the center of the hourglass is just along the bottom of the break word, so you only see the edges of the hourglass shape. So we have this other example of Bronzor. If we look at let's see if we get it properly. If we look at the R, so in this one, in this example, the break holo pattern, it's more obviously that it's more obvious that it's also showing the hourglass shape within the word break. So the center there's a center point right there around where the A is, and then there's one within the R as well. So the center of the grid goes along the middle of the word break. So if we follow here, the center is here, and the next center is around here, which continues up into the non-fold portion of the card. Now, one of the issues with these break cards is misalignment of the foil pattern. So over here and over here, we see the nice grid pattern with the hourglass shape of the light reflection. But if we look over here in this corner, we see that it seems to be out of focus, right? But that's actually because the foil pattern is not aligned properly. Let's see if we can get this. Can you see it? So here we go. So we see that there's a center over here, and then there's a center over there. So these this section of the foil paper is misaligned, and it continues across this entire section. So over here, we can also see that there's some rectangles. There's a line of rectangles. That's also because of the misalignment of the hollow pattern. Let's see, also along this way, you can see there's a rectangle over here, which shouldn't be here because of the misalignment. So this side properly aligned, this side not so much. And we also notice that the alignment of the grid to the card is not always the same. So in this example with the misaligned section, the center of the grid is just a little bit off from the edge of the card. But if we go back to the other bronzor, we see that the center of the grid is pretty much right at the very edge of the card. So that's just that's also why the break word, the hollowing of the word break is slightly different on the two cards. So let's see if we get this up. You have the two words break. They both show so yeah, you can see right there the hourglass fins, or the edges. This one has the center of the hourglass going right through the word. Well, the top one has the center of the hourglass going through more towards the bottom of the word break. But yeah, here we go. That's about it. We could make the hourglass rotate by moving the card up and down in relation to the light direction. And then the hourglass widens and narrows slightly if we move it along the same direction as the light. Oh, I hope you learned something. All the other cards are just about the same, so I'm not going to go through every single one. See you next time.